It's time for Michigan Sports Talk Morning Show, broadcasting live all across the state of Michigan and Northwest Ohio. This is X's and Bros.
Stroud is sacked again. Oh, John, boom. Swings it out to Sadiq Bey. Defended in the corner.
To Abdul-Rahman at midcourt. Extra pass.
And it goes for the win. The three-pointer by Jordan Poole.
Here's the give.
Walker. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown. Spotty.
Goff's got it. Back. Looks. Throws. Ends up.
Yes.
Caught. Touchdown Detroit Lions. They did it. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the receiving end.
Sends one to deep left center field. Back it goes, and that ball's out of here. A grand slam from Miguel Cabrera. He's got 2 goals. Larkin in on goal. Scores! His first career hat trick in his 7th season for Dylan Larkin.
Here's your host, Anthony Bellino.
Rise and shine, folks. Good Monday morning to you. It is the 26th day of June 2023. We welcome you here to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Danny Cahill, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Thank you for joining us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio. Traverse City down to the Glass City, GR to the Motor City. We say good morning to you. We welcome you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And, of course, we encourage you. Join the program at any time. You can text the keyword sports radio. Send that to 21,000 sports radio to 21000. You can call us on the Myers Supercenter guest line, 248-951-2176, 248-951-2176. We're on Twitter at XB Mornings, Facebook, X's and Bros. And, of course, good morning to our television audience as well on BCSN and streaming live on our YouTube page at Michigan Sports Network. Add a .com to that to find our website. xbmornings@gmail.com is our fan feedback email inbox, and you can find us all individually on Twitter. Danny Cahill is at Dan in the studio. Ryan Elke is at RyanL_Key. And I'm Anthony Bellino at AAC Bellino. Gentlemen, good morning to both of you. How are you on this Monday? Can you believe July is already next week? Summer is over.
Rocket Mortgage. It just started, Anthony. It's 5 days old. Summer.
It's over.
You have to remember that.
Everything's over.
Yeah, Rocket Mortgage Classic coming up this week. There was a little, I guess, some damage. I don't know exactly if it was exactly on the course, but definitely at least around the course last night. So hopefully,
with the weather?
Yes, hopefully the storm didn't do too much damage out there.
Yeah, that's
because I mean,
outside of the one dude's car, they showed on the news. They got smashed by a tree out there.
Yeah, that's not good. That storm rolled in relatively quick, and the temperature, I mean, it dropped a solid 15 to 20 degrees with that thing. It was like, oh boy. It was like, yeah, tornado watch or warning. I forget which one's more severe, a watch or a warning, but
warning is one has potentially been spotted. Like watch
for it.
Yes.
We were under a watch for 6 hours yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And but it was like,
well, it's just that it's super dry, and then it's 89 degrees or whatever it was. Yeah, that's just a bad mix. That's big storm potential every time.
We were all outside enjoying the weather beforehand, little poolside cookout on the lake, and yeah, I mean, the storm clouds were coming in, then all of a sudden you could feel the breeze was getting cold, and it's like, all right, you're going to take this party inside now. We're just going to go inside, figure it out up there. I bought the putter. I wanted to tell, I told you this last week, and then the guy who sold me the putter, I took him, we went out to play golf, and I dragged him across the course for 18 holes with said putter that I just bought from him, knocking down putts right and left. Way better golfer now, Dan, than I was prior to my sticks. And I still overdrank. The back nine was a little sloppy, but feeling really good about the purchase. Really good. Like just the aesthetics of being able to look down see the ball, see how the putter sits there. I would like to get it extended a little bit. I want it to be a little bit longer, and I'll probably put a new grip on it because that's got to happen anyway. So I'll do a nice like a super stroke, a larger grip on it. But outside of that, man, it felt great. And when we played Friday, I was just in the zone. Just in the zone. But the problem was, it was like, okay, let's get a 6-pack for the front 9. Let's get shots on the turn. Let's get another 6-pack for the back. That's just
Are you playing just like 4-ball, just like going out and playing with your buddies and just getting absolutely smashed out there?
Am I getting smashed or is the ball getting smashed? Both.
If you're doing an outing, I think that's acceptable.
This is not an outing. This was just, hey, one buddy's wife is gone. We're going to go out and have a great time. And that's what we did. That's what we did. But, the wheels just came off because I just had one too many on the back. And by the time I got to 17, I was like, dude, you just took a great round and you just threw it away. Because why?
Where'd you play, Carrington?
No, we played Monroe Golf and Country Club. So, but it was got the big stick under control, shaping it, on demand now, which is great. Just couple little tweaks here and there, and
Ryan, can't you wait until next week when Anthony's talking about how terrible he's playing?
But that's golf.
Well, it sounds like he forgot the back 9 and how terrible he played due to how much he drank.
Yeah, we just we still hit some great shots, but we did not put ourselves in a position to be
Which kind of shots? Jack, sex on the beach, green tea shots.
All kinds of great shots.
Just like, there's so many. We hit so many of them.
Just crazy. Absolute craziness. But it felt good. The back 9's way easier than the front 9 too, which that's the sad part. I did try to play it safe on one hole. You just can't do that. Just keep the driver in your hand and swing as hard as you can. That's the only word of advice I have for anybody. Just keep driver in your hand. Don't play it safe and hit one into the woods because that's not good for anybody. But outside of that, really action-packed weekend. My house is still full of people right now. So I am, I wouldn't say quiet. I got a job to do. If they wake up and have to listen to the show because, they chose to sleep here, that's on them. But the house is still full, just people everywhere. It's great. Had a really, really good time with my friends that were in from out of town. And yeah, we had a blast this weekend. Put-in-Bay was the absolutely electric on Saturday. Oh man, golf Friday, Put-in-Bay Saturday. Woke up a little lazy, a little slow yesterday, and then had went to the buddy's parents' lake house for a little pool day, a little day out there at the lake. And before you know it, when you get on lake time, I mean, you know it. You get near the body of water like that. Next thing you know, it's like 9:30. You had no idea.
I can barely walk right now. I probably, if I had to bet, I walked a good 2 miles in knee-deep water the other day.
Oh, really?
My legs are.
What'd you guys do? Anchor down?
Yeah, we at Higgins Lake and just walked around and partied.
Wow, good for you. The knee-deep water is good
Oh,
for
it's
you.
not. I can barely walk into work.
Just had Dan have Ryan Willie in there, Dan. You'll be fine. We had Tigers baseball this weekend. Not a great weekend for the Tigers, but at least there's a couple of things we can take away that are positives from that. But really, I mean, College World Series and a blowout game. We had multiple baseball games in which one team scored 20 or more runs. One at the college level, one at the pro level. Like, just absolutely disgusting. We did have some PGA Tour golf. Looking forward to the Rocket Mortgage Classic coming up. But outside of that, this is the dead zone of sports. Like, this is what it is. So
Stevie Y's got a job to do in a couple days.
Yeah, draft coming up, which is nice for the NHL draft, and
he doesn't work.
Yeah, well, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to select the player that we'll have no idea if he'll be good or not for 3 or 4 years, and have people complain and want him fired over it. So that'll be very rational and a lot of fun too. We'll step aside. When we return, we're going to talk about the Tigers game yesterday and what their performance this weekend against divisional rival Minnesota. Next, here on X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Have you ever played golf at Tullymore, St. Ives? Have you experienced a stay-and-play package in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of Grand Rapids? Well, here's what you need to do if you want to take advantage of great deals right now. Go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com, and you'll see the link for packages, accommodations, dining, meetings, weddings, events, and so much more, and especially golf on the 18-hole layout at Tullymore and the 18 holes at St. Ives. And they can accommodate any group, whether it's 2 people getting together or 200 looking for a weekend or an overnight celebration. That includes a little business, golf, great food, and beverages. Just go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com. They're located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of GR. Get more info at tullymoregolf.com.
Hey, Meyer.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
Let's root for the home team. This week, shop Meyer for 30% off Tigers apparel. Exclusions apply. Meyer, your proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers. Now that's a winning team.
For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Go Tigers!
Share your thoughts all morning long on the Meyer Guest Line. Call 248-951-2176. That's 248-951-2176. Now, back to Danny, Ryan, and AB.
Back there here on X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Golf season is here. Matt Golden and his team this summer ready to welcome you to one of the best golfing experiences in the great state of Michigan. Tullymore Golf Resort, Canadian Lakes, offering not one but two championship courses, Tullymore and St. Ives. It's located about an hour north of Grand Rapids, 30 minutes west of Mount Pleasant. It's up north golf without the drive, and it has the lodging to be able to cater to you, your partner, your foursome, up to 400 of your closest friends and family. Tullymore not only features top-of-the-line golf, but also top-of-the-line accommodations and the perfect space for your wedding event, reception, or group outing. Visit TullymoreGolf.com, TullymoreGolf.com, or call 1-800-972-4837, 1-800-972-4837. Book your stay and play at Tullymore today.
And now a blast to left field. Solano's hit it well. Back to the wall and gone. All that hard work for Christian Vasquez for nothing. Solano with a two-run blast.
He got to trot home.
Oh, man, that's funny. That's a good call. That's a great voice. Is that not a great voice or what? Holy mackerel. Some people just have it. They just got the juice. Donovan Solano hitting a 420-foot bomb. And wait a minute. How about Javi Baez making ESPN's top 10 today as the Tigers would fall 6-3 in 10 innings to the Minnesota Twins? A 1-2 weekend against the Twins. I'm not mad about it. In 1-2, you didn't get swept. I think that's a good thing, right? No sweeps. Keep that.
What were you talking about on Friday?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I can't imagine that had anything to do with anything.
Okay.
Friday. What if they were to win all three games? They won one. So I'll take one.
Should have won yesterday if it weren't for Nick Maton.
Yeah. Oh, I really, I get it. I hate to blame one guy. Because, let's be honest. If you could manufacture a run in any of the middle innings, it never goes to extras.
But you have a throwing error that leads to the tying run. And then the ball goes under your glove in the 10th inning. That's the go-ahead run.
Yeah.
To see his news after the game, it's like, yep, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Tyler Nevin. Oh, boy.
Right.
Well, that part, too. But I thought that the quote after the game by AJ was pretty interesting because, look, Nick Maton has struggled this year. Let's just call it what it is. There were some positives early on. Those positives have since kind of faded away. He's struggling at the plate. He's struggling in the field. Poor guy's struggling everywhere. And AJ Hinch's comments afterwards, look, it is difficult, and it's even happened with Spencer Torkelson. It happened last year that, hey, you know what? You're not playing very well. You got to go somewhere else. Everyone could see that today was a bad day for him, but that's just part of it. He needs to make some adjustments both offensively and defensively, and Toledo is a better environment for him than trying to do that here. Maton is hitting 163 with a 576 OPS this season. Has not been stellar in the field. Has not played well enough there to warrant him a position. And that is, that could be difficult. It probably doesn't help that the Tigers, 14 strikeouts yesterday as a team. 3 for Javier Baez. 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. Woof.
Well, and I've been saying it for a couple weeks now that the overuse of the bullpen is going to haunt you at some point. But guess what? You use all your arms before extra innings yesterday, and you got some Brendan White dude that has to come in there in extra innings as a rookie, like his 5th career appearance. What are you doing? How does your starter go 5 innings, and then it takes 5 guys to get an extra 4 innings out of it?
6.
You can't get 2 innings out of a guy?
No.
2/3 of an inning, a third of an inning, another third. What? You have to have one, like a matchup every single time? Like if a runner is on? It just doesn't make sense to me. You have to be able to pitch out of the stretch.
Yeah, it's a tough situation the Tigers have kind of found themselves in with the starter injuries. You know how I feel, like, go out there and pitch. Like, you're getting paid to pitch, like, let's go. I don't understand why 6 innings. 6 innings should be the minimum. Like, none of this 4 inning stuff. As you mentioned, the starters are down, so you're trying to have a bullpen day. You're blowing through arms left and right. It took you Lorenzen, your starter, plus 6 more pitchers to enter the game to lose 6-3 in extra.
And guess what? You don't have an off day for 7 days, and you're facing one of the best offenses in baseball for the next 4 days.
Yeah, they're going to get just absolutely demolished this week. This is not their week. We had a little bit of an opportunity. Maybe this weekend they take 1 out of the 3. Javi made SportsCenter top 10 play. The flash of brilliance with the glove, the flash of no discipline at the plate with 3 strikeouts and an 0-for-4 performance. Like, that's Javier Baez. Like, that's what we got. That's what we're working with. Maton gets sent down. Vierling's back in action, so it's good to see him out there. He was 1 for 2 with a run scored, drew 2 walks, struck out once. Like, he's hitting 266. He's probably got to go up in the order, I would imagine, so that we could get him to see, some more at-bats.
Yesterday, I was at the game. Fun environment. But on the scoreboard, they list the OPS for, all the players in the lineup. And Carlos Correa for the Twins, who's having an awful year, whose OPS is 711, which is 3rd worst in the Twins lineup. Be the 3rd best in the Tigers lineup.
Wow. 3rd worst in his lineup would be 3rd best in ours?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. And that's where we're at. I mean, he, by the way, was 0 for 5, 2 strikeouts yesterday. He's hitting 216.
And even in the 10th inning, when the ball went under Maton's glove and Ibanez threw a strike down to Rogers that Rogers couldn't catch, Correa deserved to be thrown out. He was jogging the entire way. Like, barely got to 3rd, saw that the ball was in, left field, and hustled up for 4 steps. Should have been thrown out, but the Tigers, to make one decent play as a team, it just doesn't happen.
Oh, there's a little frustration there. I sense a little aggravation there.
Yeah, well, need a 3rd baseman that can field the ground ball and throw it to 1st. If not, you might as well just put Brandon Inge back there.
Bring him out of retirement.
I've seen him throw the ball away from 3rd base plenty of times.
Yeah, it's they find themselves in a very peculiar situation of this rebuild and trying to stay competitive. And I think at 10 games under 500 right now, 33-43 after the weekend. Still just 5.5 games back of Minnesota. I don't take back or regret anything I said last week about the direction this team was going, but they do have they've got some challenges in front of them, and they've got, as Ryan already mentioned, like, hello, you got to go on the road to Texas to take on the Rangers. First game tonight, 8:05, no rest, very difficult offense to play against. It's for all these young guys, like, this is welcome to the big leagues. It doesn't get any easier, nor is it supposed to. So. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more X's and Bros after this here on the Michigan Sports Network.
There are 13 folds that bring the American flag to the iconic shape of freedom. This summer, Folds of Honor and Budweiser celebrate 13 years of changing military and first responder lives together. Service never stops, and neither will we. So join me in raising a Budweiser to raise funds for Folds of Honor.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Meyer. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
Let's root for the home team. This week, shop Meyer for 30% off Tigers apparel. Exclusions apply. Meyer, your proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers. Now that's a winning team.
Oh, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hey, this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, 2 things when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax after a long day, everywhere I go, I'm serious, I tell people about the smooth taste of Labatt. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to The Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text golf to 21,000 to enter. That's golf to 21,000. Trip includes 2 overnight stay and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue. So grab a Labatt the next time you head out to the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Rochester, New York.
Make sure to text the word golf to 21,000 for your chance to win a stay-and-play package at Tullymore, Agaming, and Dunmaglass. That's the word golf to 21,000.
This is X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network. Great to have you ride along with us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio. Feel free to share your thoughts on anything we may be discussing. You can use the keyword sports radio and send that via text to the number 21,000. That's sports radio to 21000. Or call us on the Meyer Supercenter guest line, 248-951-2176, 248-951-2176. Got a great message here from Terry. AB, glad to hear you bought the putter and that it performed well. Thank you, Terry. That's the kind of encouragement I needed. That was it right there. Great weekend out of the course. Great weekend out of the course. Well, I say weekend, but it was just Friday. Just Friday. Great to get the guys together, play a little golf, go out to dinner afterwards. You know, just a real action-packed weekend. A lot of guy time, a lot of fun with the friends. Very, very minimal shenanigans from, wives and stuff like that. So it was good. It was good. Saturday we went to Put-in Bay, and they'll do a day trip out there. That was fantastic. Place was absolutely packed. And yeah, just a great time. Just a great time. You ever have weekends like that? You're like, man, I don't ever want this to end, because that was this weekend. My goodness.
Probably same for me. I had baseball weekend this weekend. So I was in your town on Friday. Got to take part of the Mud Hens. The gentleman that was sitting next to me found out he grew up in Clarkston, which is the town I live in. So, wow. Yeah. Was talking to them. They were very fun people sitting next to us. So it was a lot of fun in Toledo. And also AAA does pitch challenges that take all of 4 seconds to review, which was beautiful. And
coming soon to a Major League Baseball game near you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it will be. And if the Tigers ever have relief pitchers get injured, good luck, because the Mud Hens relief pitchers are not good.
Yeah, they haven't. I haven't seen a really good pitcher down there in a very long time.
Yeah, and Parker Meadows looks good. Led off the game with a triple, but he won't get called up. Because why? Why should we get any exciting player when we can have Tyler Nevin?
Yeah, I don't get.
But I also get, because Tyler Nevin, he's like a 4A player right now. He's hitting like 310 in AAA. Yeah. So it's like, okay. Or even if the Tigers, they didn't know that they just signed Johan Camargo to AAA on like Friday, because saw him play Friday in Toledo. I was like, oh, that guy had a pretty good year for San Fran a few years back. He might get the call because if you're taking Maton out, Maton plays more infield. I know Nevin can play some third base, but might help if you just bring up someone different, someone with some Major League experience, some Major League success in his life.
That would help,
right?
It's just such a. It's a move you just about have to make, right, with Maton. Like he's got to get, defensively. I think those are more like mental errors than anything else, like taking your eye off the ball, like little stuff like that.
It was a bad game for him. I don't think that was the norm. It's his hit. The guy's hitting 163.
Then he's got to find his confidence.
The only thing he hits 3-run homers. That's it. Doesn't get singles, double, no, just 3-run home runs.
And 163 is not going to work.
Yeah,
like that's not going to work. So if Nevin, as a plus 300 hitter, if they want to bring him back up, just okay. But I'm with you, man. I want to see Parker Meadows. I want to see what else do
Justin
we have?
Henry Malloy.
Bring him, and let's do it, and let's see if we can really get this thing. If we have. I just find it interesting how some guys were so like, oh, he's not ready. But then Torkelson sneezed, and it was like, yeah, bring him up. You'll learn up here. Like, I don't get that. Like, what is the system? Like, what are we looking for? Who makes that call? And at what point are they like, yep,
part of
I've
it's
seen
like,
enough?
I think they're just seeing of like, okay, do we want to use this guy's eligibility on a season? We know it's like we're 10 games under 500. Like, we have not been able to string things together. So do we use his major league time now, or do we give him the year in AAA? We have these 4A guys, and we just kind of sit in purgatory for another year.
Service time is definitely a part of it. You're 100% probably correct there. They are going to try to maximize, hey, how many moves can we make with this guy?
Right.
And,
it's something like, Parker Meadows will be a September call-up, and we'll be fighting for starting spot next spring.
I just can't. I can't do it anymore. I mean,
I'm with you, Dan. But it's just
like a guy that I work with now, Cam Maben. He was Torkelson. He was the guy. He was like 1A, the best prospect in baseball. Everybody knew it. He got brought up. He struggled. Did Cam Maben have a great career? Not really. They need to be in the major leagues to see. Justin Henry Malloy, great. He can hit 50 bombs in AAA. So did Mike Hessman. These guys have to be up here to see if they can hit 102 with movement.
Yeah, that is a great counterpoint. The only way we're going to know if they're big league, if they're going to last in the big leagues is that, hey, if they're seeing the big league action and it's on a pretty, it's on an everyday basis. They got to learn to become professional players, because at the end of the day, you could be really good at AAA, and that might not ever translate to the big league level.
It just doesn't anymore. I don't know if the whole talent pool for Major League Baseball's kind of dipped, but AAA used to be like, hey, like, what you're seeing is a close product. Now AAA is like, you're not seeing anything close to what Major League pitching is.
Why? That's wild. I wonder why that is.
Because you're seeing guys that aren't good. It's not like, hey, we have no room for this guy, but he's still pretty decent. Now
And a lot of it's probably due to injuries. Like all the good guys that are in the Tiger system are on the team right now, and that's scary.
Well, I mean, that's the job of the general manager, right? And maybe this is where
the Tyler Holtons of the world 5 years ago even would still be in AAA. Brendan White would for sure not be on this team even 2 years ago. But when half of your starting staff is injured, they don't have a choice.
Right, and it's on some of these guys to come up and make a difference, right? It's on you. This is your opportunity. You might not get it again. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, if the guy's not good enough, he's not good enough. Like, it is what it is. But if this is your opportunity to get out there to make a major league team because of an injury to a starter, you got the opportunity that you never would have had otherwise. You came out and blow the doors off everybody and shock everybody. Like, I mean, that's kind of your goal. That's kind of your job. Like, that's your job as a professional. That's your, this is your opportunity. This is your chance. Like, why would you not, and if you're not good enough, you're not good enough. It's simple as that. Like, Maton needs to go down, and he needs to rip the cover off the ball in AAA, and he needs to do so, I think, in a hurry. And maybe that's a pretty good gauge, right? Maybe watching Maton, see what he's been doing, how awful he's been at the plate so far this year. What if he spends a week, 2 weeks, three weeks or more down at AAA, and is hitting 325? Like, what if that happens? Then it's like, okay, yeah, there is a drastic difference from what we're seeing, but it doesn't feel top to bottom as good. The major league level, it feels like it is it's like college versus high school almost is kind of what it feels like. And, if the Tigers system is empty and the arms aren't there, the prospects aren't there, and you're fluttering under 500, and Erod comes back, and that's somebody that there is some interest in, you pick up the phone, you listen to what they have to offer. Just don't give me, Baseball America's number 22 prospect in the Orioles organization. Don't give me the 17th best prospect or even the 12th best. Like, no. I'm not, like, those lists are awful. You're either top 10 or you're not. A top 10, you look at the 10 best prospects in every organization, 2 or 3 might even get a look at MLB. One of them might stay. Like, it's just a numbers game. And I'm good on any prospect in the teens. Like, no, they're top 10 or we're not dealing with it. Like, I don't think that there is enough evidence to prove that the Tigers organization is developing the diamonds in the rough. Like, it feels like we're a little slow, a little behind in our player development department to where, hey, we got this prospect who was the 15th best prospect in the Angels organization, got a guy nobody had ever heard of, and boom, look what we did. We turned this guy into an absolute masher. That'd be great. That would be great. Who is the guy that you could point to in our organization to say, hey, we have that guy, he's right here? Who is the guy that came up in our system that we have the utmost confidence in?
A guy that's not wearing a cast right now, Riley Green.
So I was going to put a caveat of pulling Riley Green out, and I said, no, we'll keep him in. So we have Riley Green.
Listen, I am a Spencer Torkelson doubter. I have been for a little bit. He has shown a lot of growth this year. I think the expectations set on him by the fans were unrealistic. They were expecting
he had to be Hank Aaron day one.
Day one. I think now, like the season he's putting up this year, if he put up last year, I would have been like, this kid's going to be a stud. Like hitting 230, he's going to end up with probably 15 home runs. It's like, that's fine. He's showing a little power. He just needs to grow as a hitter. So I think the development's coming slower than I think we wanted, but the development is there. And I think he's already a Gold Glove caliber first baseman. So
is his development or the improvement that you feel like you've seen thus far with Spencer Torkelson this season, what do you attribute that to his natural ability, the fact that that is a 1-1 selection? Like, this wasn't like a 15th rounder that we found. Like, this guy was the consensus number 1 pick in the draft. Like, we've all known that he's got that in him. We just couldn't get it to translate at the major league level. So do you attribute that to coaching?
I think it's coaching this year, yeah, because last year it was abysmal of how he played.
Poor guy.
And so I think with this spring and even the growth throughout the season, he's shown that it's like, okay, it's just maybe the coaching isn't sinking in as quick as we hoped, because like he can rip it. He's getting better at the plate. It's just coming a little slower than we all hoped. He's not Adley Rutschman. He's not Ellie De La Cruz.
Oh, Ellie. Why can't we have one of those?
Right. By the way, props to the Cincinnati Reds. Sell out all weekend versus the Braves.
Incredible.
Yeah. But the growth is coming. It's just now he needs to make the big leap. We saw the small steps. He needs to make the big leap to show it's like, okay, you're not the, oh, he is a nice prospect that's growing. It's like, oh, this kid's a stud. And that's the growth that needs to come. Like, now it's on him to, like.
Would you already say he's a better hitter than Javi Baez? Because I would, and I think we all consider Javi a stud.
I think so, yes, because Javi's got more experience at that level and shouldn't be this poor at it. That's what it comes down to. Like, I have more leniency with a young kid than I do with a veteran making $160 million or whatever it is. Like, come on.
It turns out, though, it's just like that was the front office mistake of throwing Javi a bunch of money and not looking like, oh, yeah, this is kind of who Javi Baez has always been. It's just he was hitting 7th in a star-studded lineup and had lots of protection. So if people expecting for Javi Baez to hit 300 and strike out to under 50 for the whole year, it's like, then you don't watch baseball and did not know who Javi Baez was. because this is exactly who he's been.
He is
not to go full Denny Green on you.
Yeah, it's okay. He's like one part, one part magician, one part fun and magic, one part sensational, and one part like JFC. That's that's what it is. Like his highlight reel of his strikeouts, his low light reel is incredible. Incredible. He swings like a civilian in the box. So yes, I would be more critical of Javier Baez than I would of a player like Spencer Torkelson, because at this point in your career, like that's who Javi is, and that's a little bit frustrating. Do I care about the actual dollars and cents of the contract? No, I don't care about it one bit. Like they don't spend any money anyways. Like there's nothing real riveting going on with this club. So to be able to go out and get a guy like Javier Baez, just from a name standpoint, like great, good, find me somebody. But I think that this move here with Maton, send him down. We'll try. You're basically hamstrung until your starting staff comes off the injury list.
Right, and with Javi Baez as well. Everyone like Carlos Correa, their numbers are the same.
Boom.
Like
same.
You wanted that star shortstop, and even people that Correa had some outlier years where he showed he could hit close to 300 and do all that, but it's like he's been a 250 hitter most of his career.
And is he just miserable in Minnesota or what?
Well, he was supposed to play in San Francisco. He was supposed to play in New York and had to put his tail between his legs and return to Minnesota.
Just, woof. What a bad season. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Hey, folks, be ready to step into a world of nonstop action over at the DraftKings Casino. Play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots. Plus, you can enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match of their first deposit and score up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. All you have to do is sign up, select the offer of your choice, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings Casino app now. Sign up using the promo code HUGE and get a match of your first deposit of $5 or more, up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds only at DraftKings Casino, only using the promo code HUGE. Now, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, needs help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117, 21 plus, Michigan only, one per opted-in customer, minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000. Bonus amount requires 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/players choice. Restrictions do apply. Things are moving and shaking there in the Tigers organization as they continue to maintain. I'd like the move. Continue to maintain this idea of staying competitive, right? Still playing like we're playing for something. They're not that far back. Everything is still within striking distance, 5.5 games back at the top of the division. We don't have to play in the AL East, so we don't have to worry about it. All we got to do is chase the Twins. It wasn't a great weekend, but you did get 1 out of the 3, which is that's a small little step, and we'll see where we go from here. We'll step aside. Hour 2 is next. X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
Shop for July 4th with just one stop at Meijer. Right now, buy one, get one free 80% lean ground beef. And Kingsford twin-pack charcoal briquettes for $16.88 with M-Perks. Plus, get 50% off the entire stock of swimwear for the family. Buy 5, save $5 on Pepperidge Farm buns, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up, or Dr. Pepper products, plus deposit where applicable. And Lay's potato chips. Get more for your money with the same prices online and in-store at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Disturbed, the Take Back Your Life tour. Labor Day Monday, September 4th at Soaring Eagle. And same show, same night, Stained. Tickets start at $34 and on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office or etix.com. Party hard, rock harder. It's been a while. Disturbed and Stained. Labor Day Monday. Part of the Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
Hey, this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, 2 things always when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue Light. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax on the patio after a long day, everywhere I go, and I'm serious when I tell you this, I tell people about the smooth, genuine taste of Labatt Blue Light. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to The Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text GOLF to 21,000 to enter. That's GOLF to 21,000. The trip includes 2 overnight stays and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue Light. So grab a Labatt Blue Light the next time you head out onto the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt is a registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
Have you ever played golf at Tullymore, St. Ives? Have you experienced a stay-and-play package in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of Grand Rapids? Well, here's what you need to do if you want to take advantage of great deals right now. Go to TullymoreGolf.com. That's TullymoreGolf.com, and you'll see the link for packages, accommodations, dining, meetings, weddings, events, and so much more, and especially golf on the 18-hole layout at Tullymore and the 18 holes at St. Ives. And they can accommodate any group, whether it's 2 people getting together or 200 looking for a weekend or an overnight celebration. That includes a little business, golf, great food, and beverages. Just go to TullymoreGolf.com. That's TullymoreGolf.com. They're located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of GR. Get more info at TullymoreGolf.com.
Good morning, everyone.
It's time for Michigan Sports Talk Morning Show, broadcasting live all across the state of Michigan and Northwest Ohio. This is X's and Bros.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's a good morning. Wake up to a brand new day.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Here's your host, Anthony Bellino.
Rise and shine, folks. Welcome back here on this Monday, the 26th day of June 2023. Great to have you ride along with us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio as well. From Traverse City down to the Glass City, GR to the Motor City, we say good morning to you. We welcome you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And, of course, we encourage you. Join the program at any time. You can text the keyword Sports Radio. Send that to 21,000 Sports Radio to 21000. Our Meyer Supercenter guest line, 248-951-2176, 248-951-2176. We're on Twitter at XB Mornings, Facebook, X's and Bros. And, of course, good morning to our television audience as well. BCSN and streaming live on our YouTube page at Michigan Sports Network at .com to that to find our website. xbmornings@gmail.com is our fan feedback email inbox. And you can find us all individually on Twitter. Danny Cahalan is at Dan in the studio. Ryan Elke is at RyanL_Key. And I'm Anthony Bellino at AC Bellino. What's going on in the world of sports? We'll try to get you all caught up with all the happenings. We'll do so right now in the headlines.
Big news.
I have a little news flash.
Let's check the headlines.
No, it's real news for once.
The biggest stories of the local, regional, and national news.
This is huge news.
Freddie Freeman hits this one to right. Fairly deep, and it's over the head of Tucker. Freddie Freeman to second, bench scores, and welcome to the 2000 hit club, Freddie Freeman.
Congratulations, Freddie Freeman, 2,000th hit of his Major League Baseball career. How awesome is that? What a milestone. 47,000 plus in the stands, as you could hear the hooting and the hollering. The 33-year-old Freeman joined Miguel Cabrera, Joey Votto, Nelson Cruz, Elvis Andrews, and Andrew McCutchen among active players who have accumulated at least $2,000 when it came to the hits. He became the 8th player to reach that mark in a Dodgers uniform, which is pretty impressive. Good for Freddie Freeman, 2,000. The Tigers send struggling infielder Nick Maton to the minors in a 6-3 loss yesterday. In 10 innings to the Minnesota Twins, he was not great at all. He's only 26 years old, so there's plenty of time, but he was 1 for 4 with a strikeout. He's hit 163. He's got a 576 OPS in 72 games, and he's made 35 starts at third base, 12 at second base, 1 at shortstop, 10 as a designated hitter. He's not hitting the ball well. Couple errors in the field yesterday that were very, very costly for the Tigers in that game. And, you know what, it's probably in the best for both worlds. Go down to Toledo, try to get some things figured out and straightened around, and then hopefully come back and be able to provide something pretty substantial when you're able to get back. The assault charges against Raiders wide receiver Devontae Adams had been dropped. This is for shoving a credentialed media worker in Kansas City after an October game last year. You remember this, as he was running off the field. The spokesperson for the Kansas City Municipal Court told the Kansas City Star on Friday that a prosecutor had dismissed the misdemeanor charge June 5th and that the case was now closed. Some news coming out of the NHL. You know, Dan is a big fan of this at some times, and when the Red Wings would come out in specific jerseys, Dan would be like, wow, did you see their warm-up jersey? Man, that's pretty cool.
I'm the opposite. Wear the thing. Wear it.
Yeah. He wants warm-up jerseys on the ice. Like, let's do something fun. Well, the NHL has a warm-up jersey ban now. They're done, especially jerseys during warm-ups, and they have they are no longer going to be a part of the National Hockey League. Did you know that?
I did see that, yes.
Yeah, so the NHL announced Thursday that teams would no longer wear specialty jerseys during warmups after several players were scrutinized for refusing to wear certain jerseys that would come out. And to be honest with you, this to me is probably the best move for the NHL, because there's no point if in the league mandating something. You can't force that on anybody. You know, they're not going to roll out here with any sort of religious crest on their jersey, and you wouldn't force them to do that. So stop doing this. And I'm with the NHL. Just pull it all together.
Yeah, here's the thing. There's the other again, all the charities deserve all the money that they were receiving. But there are tons of other charities that aren't going to be getting their money because of this whole controversy with the LGBTQ plus community and the NHL. You know, there's military families, police, fire, that they wear these jerseys for throughout the year. And those people aren't getting the charity money because of this as well.
Well, maybe if they would have stuck to that instead of doing all this other stuff, then, you know, we wouldn't have this issue now, would we? But they couldn't help themselves, and here you go. So if you can't have one, well, somebody's got to cry and complain about it. Then you can't have any of them. You just keep it moving forward. I'm sure they can do some sort of other night, if you will, where maybe they do a portion of the tickets or whatever the case may be. But they put some of their players out there on an island and force them to get in front of the media and answer a bunch of questions that you're in a no-win situation with in today's world. So, especially here in this country. So at that point, like, yo, to protect your players, they did the right thing. Pull it all. So we're not going to do it. And if they want to do something on the other end, then feel free. Feel free. I'm sure that the NHL can come up with a camo jersey that somebody might want to wear with the proceeds that benefit, you know, whatever military charity that they want to. There's other ways to go about it that don't put your players on an island in today's world, with today's media. It's just not worth it. Protect your players, man. And they don't have to agree with it. Like, despite what you might believe, you don't have to agree. Like, yeah, you can't say like, well, you have to agree with this wholeheartedly, or if not, you are X, Y, and Z. Like, that doesn't work like that. No, if you want to be heard and you want to be listened to and you want, you know, you want to have it your way, then you have to be able to understand that not everybody's going to agree with that. And that's supposed to be the benefit of being in this country, is that you're allowed to have a differing opinion or differing viewpoints or differing religious beliefs. You're supposed to be allowed to have that.
Yeah, but that also isn't supposed to affect other people in your workplace.
Exactly. So take it out of the workplace and you don't have to worry about it now, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So there you have it.
It's supposed. Yes, you're making my point. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the same thing. Are we talking about the same thing?
Yes, there shouldn't be any excuses other than I won't play this game. That's how it should work. If there's a religious dispute, it shouldn't be on everybody else to care about just how it goes.
100%. You know, they're not going to put the Star of David on a hockey jersey. They're just not going to do it. So why would you expect to do anything else that is related to, you know, non-charities? Like, I don't get it. The whole thing I don't get, but this is the world we live in today. So it is what it is, I suppose. The Hurricanes agreed to a 4-year deal with their captain, Jordan Staal, so congratulations to him. You like to see that. The Sharks have hired Patrick Marleau as a player development coach and advisor. So how about that? The Sharks announced Marleau's return on Friday, saying he'll work with the players on the Sharks and the AHL's San Jose Barracuda, while also serving as an advisor to the general manager. So that's a good step in the right direction for him. Victor Wembanyama dining with the Spurs legends. Did you see that photograph? First off, Tim Duncan, hilarious. Like, God bless him. Like, jeans and a T-shirt.
He's the best.
Manu Ginobili's 6'6" and looks like a child next to Victor Wembanyama. That's how tall this young man is. Like, it's insanity. David Robinson. Look at David. They all look like they're not. Those aren't regular sized people. And I don't know if you saw the picture that Wemby had posted. Like, look at him next to David Robinson. David Robinson is huge. And Spurs Hornets actually scheduled for day 1 of the Summer League in Las Vegas. We'll see if we're going to see Victor Wembanyama here or not. We'll step aside, back with more X's and Bros after this here on the Michigan Sports Network.
Shop for July 4th with just one stop at Meijer. Right now, buy one, get one free 80% lean ground beef. And Kingsford Twin Pack Charcoal Briquettes for $16.88 with M-Perks. Plus, get 50% off the entire stock of swimwear for the family. Buy 5, save $5 on Pepperidge Farm buns, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up, or Dr. Pepper products, plus deposit where applicable. And Lay's potato chips. Get more for your money with the same prices online and in-store at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Monster Truck Madness.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
It's a monster truck invasion.
Plus an awesome fireworks display after the show.
Gates open at 4.
With a huge pit party till 6:30.
Monster Truck Madness.
Tickets just $25 and are on sale now.
At the box office or etix.com. Call 877-2EAGLE-2.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Monster Truck Madness. Bring a lawn chair and hang out for the thrill on the hill.
From planting a simple seed to managing a global food supply, growing, processing, and distributing food is the backbone of America. You deal with food safety and labor issues, cost control, and not to mention Mother Nature. But do you have time to explore research development and biotechnical tax credits? Properly administer payroll for temporary employees. Ensure that you're operating at your most profitable? That's where we come in. We're Bean Garter. And while your business is America's food supply, our business is helping you run your business better. We'll assist with tax credits, assess your processes and controls, and so much more. And while we may not be able to help you plant your crops, we can help you realize a rich financial harvest. From the family farm to worldwide distribution of all the things you grow, grow your business better. Experience service, expertise, and simplicity at Bean Garter. Find us online, beangarter.com. Bean Garter.
listening to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Can't call in? Text us using the keyword sports radio and send it to 21000 or tweet us at XB Mornings. Now back to Danny Cahalan, Ryan Elke, and Anthony Bellino.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network. All right, so some clarity on the NHL stuff. The only thing they're going to not do is change jerseys for warm-ups. Like, that's it. The rest of the night, the charity, like all that stuff, still stays, according to Gary Bettman. All those nights will continue. The only issue is, or the only difference will be, we aren't going to change jerseys for warm-ups because really that has become more of a distraction from the essence of what the purposes of these nights are. So your charities are still
because, Gary, you're dumb and you don't let them wear them during the game. It's pretty simple. Every other sport has specialty jerseys.
Well, so do we. We have reverse retros.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Those
like,
are
your specialty jersey.
There's something. Those are something.
That's what you get. You got reverse retro. You got the home. You got the whites, the reds, the reverse retros. What else you have? What do you want? You want a black one?
Oh, I don't want the reverse retros. I would like something that looks nice.
Something that looks nice. Okay, that's progress.
Don't get me, the Red Wings don't ever change. Those are the best uniforms, and I would put the Tigers home unis at 1 and the Red Wings whites at 2, probably in sports.
Well, that's a pretty biased opinion. But
I'm just saying, they're classic. They haven't been changed in 60 years, other than the D has changed a couple times.
Well, what about the Yankee, the New York with the pinstripe?
Yeah, but what did Jay-Z say?
That he made the Yankee cap more famous than a Yankee can.
That's right.
It's completely erroneous. That's false beyond all measure. All right, it is hour 2 at segment 2, which means it's time for Detroit Lions trivia here. A 6th-round pick out of Washington State in 1960, this wide receiver made the Pro Bowl as a rookie with the Lions and was an All-Star in 1962 and 1963 as well.
A wide receiver out of where?
Washington State. Made the Pro Bowl in 60, 62, and 63. One of the most obscure questions you'll ever find. And he's got one of those real old school names, like a name that just you don't hear anymore. On a male side. Every once in a while you'll still see a female with this name, but not so much the male.
Geraldine Ferraro.
Also the name of a very popular Chicago Bears running back.
Oh, I mean, it's Gail something.
Yes, it is. That's good. I'll give you the last
Gail
name.
from Breaking Bad.
Gail Cogdill.
Okay. I've heard that name.
So congratulations to him. And nice work. I tried to, with the clues that I was able to come up with off the top of my head this morning, I thought you did a pretty good job of executing that process of elimination there, if you will. USDA Scott is on hold. Good morning, Scott. How are you?
Hey, I talked beef with you after the couple of comments because I know you're getting ready for 4th of July over at Mama's place. But first of all, on the Tigers, I've been doing this for 47 years, since I was 8-year-old doing Little League. I went through rebuilds. I went through restructures. I went through buying players. I've seen it all. And the thing that takes the longest is youth. And if you can't be patient, so all the people that say, I just can't take one more year of we'll be better. Tough crap. These young kids are coming up and they're being extra careful with these pitchers coming back. Now, is it going to work? I don't know. Nobody knows. But I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to give them a chance, and I'm going to give them a chance, guy. But one thing we got to do, is A.J. Hinch. A.J. Hinch preaches patience at the plate. He preaches throwing strikes from his pitchers. And for some reason, we don't punish these kids when they don't do it. I mean, why would you throw any Tiger anything but a knuckle curve or a slider? Maybe a sinker if you got one. I would never throw them a fastball, ever. I would never throw them a changeup, ever. Because we can hit a changeup and a fastball. We just can't hit it. We just can't hit anything that curves or sinks or drops.
And until they prove otherwise, I'm with you.
Oh, I knew when Marietta came back the other night. I said, "Oh, they won't touch this. They won't touch this junk baller. That junk baller. This will be his comeback. This will be his comeback tour right here." It was automatic. I didn't even need to watch the game. I still did, but, that was automatic. And then the other comment I had, who in the world is PFF? Pro Football Focus? Is that the...
PFF, yes.
Okay. They must be from Chicago. Because, I mean...
I'm pretty sure they're Cincinnati based because it's Collinsworth has something to do with it. I don't know if he's a minority owner of the company or if he was the founder of it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're Cincinnati based.
And then he says, and I won't apologize until they do something. I think they have the Lions at 14 or 15, 16, something like that in the league.
Yeah,
and they got their line, their offensive line ranked 8th, and I don't see anybody else that has them lower than 3rd. And they got their defensive line ranked as the 2nd worst in the NFC North, and I just thought I couldn't even read it. Oh boy, haters.
No, it's a good thing. We've had way too much positivity surrounding the team, way too many good things are talking about the team. It's about time somebody get out there and somebody slander them, get them aggravated. Let's cut and paste the Pro Football Focus article all over the locker room. They haven't done anything yet. They're a good story, but they haven't done anything yet.
Anthony, I have to disagree with that. As a former high school coach, and when I helped with college, confidence is a huge thing. I want my kids to think they're great. I want my kids to think. I don't want them to get overconfident, but I want them to think they're great. I want to have expectations. Gosh darn it, why can't we have expectations?
We can. And we do. Yeah, I think most Lions fans would agree with this statement. NFC North divisional title or bust.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
And a home playoff win. Anything less than that for me this year, I mean, unless Goff breaks his leg in the second game, and oh god, did I just say that?
You did.
And then I hope you're prepared because beef is even going to go up higher this week.
All right, beef is going up. That's of course it is. Yeah, it's that time of year. It's cookout season.
Make hay while the sun shines, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what the connotation is, but something like that. All right, you guys have a good morning.
All right, partner. Thanks for the call this morning. And you're right. We are allowed to have expectations for this club, wholeheartedly, 100%. But everybody's been talking real nice, and it makes me a little suspect. So I don't mind if somebody has a bad article that says their line's ranked 8th and their defense is ranked 50th and all that. It doesn't bother me at all. Good. Because I've been reading a whole bunch of positivity, and I'm all about positivity. But we're results-based. They have to win some games now. That's where we're at. You got to go out there and you got to actually win. We're going to step aside when we return. My conversation with Jason Langwell on the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Next here, X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, 2 things always when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue Light. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax on the patio after a long day, everywhere I go, and I'm serious when I tell you this, I tell people about the smooth, genuine taste of Labatt Blue Light. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to The Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text GOLF to 21,000 to enter. That's GOLF to 21,000. The trip includes 2 overnight stays and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue Light. So grab a Labatt Blue Light the next time you head out onto the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt is a registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
When you're in construction, you know that every minute matters and every dollar counts. You've got materials to purchase, employees to pay, and deadlines to meet. What you don't have is time to worry about your accounting, taxes, or ways to grow your business. That's where we come in. We're Bean Garter. And while your business is construction, our business is helping you run your business better. From tax planning, payroll processing, or R&D credit studies, we're here for you with concrete advice and answers. Let us help you build a solid foundation for your business. Whether you're a subcontractor, developer, architect, or engineer, of all the things you build, make your business the strongest. Experience service, expertise, and simplicity at Bean Garter. Find us online, beangarter.com. Bean Garter.
City to the Glass City, GR to the Motor City. You're listening to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Danny Caitlin, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to step into a world of nonstop action over at the DraftKings Casino. Play the classics like blackjack, roulette, slots, my favorite, craps. Plus, you can enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match on their first deposit and score up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. All you got to do is sign up, select the offer of your choice, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings Casino app right now. Sign up using the promo code HUGE and get a match of your first deposit of $5 up to $2,000 in your hand in casino bonus funds only at DraftKings, only using the promo code HUGE. Now, if you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, wants help, needs help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117, 21 plus, Michigan, only one per opted-in customer. Minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000. Deposit and bonus amount requires 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/players choice. Restrictions do apply. Hey, Dan, are we good to go with our friend Jason?
We are.
Excellent. Time now to welcome in on the Meijer Supercenter guest line the Executive Vice President Director of the Rocket Mortgage Classic, Jason Langwell. Mr. Langwell, my friend, good morning to you, partner. How are you? How's life? How are things a week away from the Rocket Mortgage Classic returning here to the Motor City?
Yeah, no, things are great. Good to be with you guys. Hard to believe we're just inside a week away from our fifth playing, 5 years, our first real milestone, right? Amazing time for us, and hard to believe here we are after 5 years, $7 million donated, and shrinking a digital divide, and all because of all the efforts that's happening here in Detroit. And we've got the best field we've ever had yet. Really excited to make this happen next week.
Is this, with a week out, are you feeling more relaxed now that it's here, or are you still, everybody's hustling and busting and still stressed out, pulling their hair out, trying to get every T crossed and every I dotted?
Yeah, no, it's the latter. I cut my hair short, so I don't have any to pull out anymore. But no, things are great. We really are. The build looks amazing. It's a frantic time. All of our vendors are loading in now. Our furniture's going in all of our amazing hospitality structures. Our bigger fan zone is getting populated with all these fun interactives for youth to come out and enjoy. And so it's we call it blessed stress, right? That's our euphemism here that we use to kind of power through. It is a very exciting and busy time, but as I said, it promises to be the best playing that we've had in our 5 years yet, and we're ready to make it happen.
Now, Dan and Ryan were out there for Media Day, and they wanted to see all parts of the course. So they tested out the rough and the trees. They made sure that they covered every
single
inch.
tree. I found it on Detroit Golf Club. Every single one. They're beautiful, great bounces. It all works.
Dan even put one off of a grandstand that bounced onto the green, so things are looking good. But I wanted to ask you about the course conditions, because obviously, we're all reading the news. We all saw that there were some vandals that got on the loose and tried to tear some things up. But, Dan and Ryan said the course in great condition.
Yeah, no, it really is. We've had, one of the driest and best springs we've had in history here. The greens are great. You talk about 11 and 12. We got down to the Oakmont sod farm and put some sod on those greens. They're perfect right now. They look great, as does every green out there. The rough's coming up and getting thicker. Fairways are great. These nice cool nights make for really great growing season. So the golf course is in the best shape it's ever been in. And you talk about those structures along the fairways. We've got our best build out that we've ever had. Tons of new fan decks lining the fairways, open to the public for fans to come out and enjoy. And so, golf course is in the best shape yet, and players are really enjoy this classic down at Ross track next week.
Jason, you had mentioned the field, some names for our listeners. Webb Simpson, Justin Thomas is going to be out there. Colin Morikawa, Hideki will be there. You're going to have Zach Johnson and Max Homa. Ricky Fowler is going to be out there. Of course, the defending champ, Tony Finau, the 2021 champ, Cam Davis is going to be out there. When it comes to putting together that field, what goes into that process to make sure that you're putting together the best group that you can, and this one is lights out?
Well, yeah, no, thanks for saying that. We feel great about it. Also had Gordon Sargent and Sam Bennett, a couple of young rising stars in the game, and the recruiting process is going out to a number of events around the year, talking to players in the back of the driving range on Tuesday and Wednesday early week, and telling them the story of Detroit. Tell them about this great golf course we have, this great city that we have, the experience that they're going to have on and off the golf course. We held one of the best spouse experiences early week. So a lot of wives are talking to their players, saying, hey, can I get back to the Shinola Hotel for that amazing event they do there? And these are all, a lot of these guys are all with families, right? And so we have fireworks celebration going on Monday night. And so now I've had players reach out to me saying, look, we're building, our kids are out of school. We build our schedule around coming to Detroit, going to the fireworks, going to the zoo, enjoying, great summer fun here in Detroit. And so we go and tell those stories, create awareness about the great experience they're going to have. And that ultimately leads to a great field. And when you add a great golf course on top of it, and a great clubhouse as well, we do a ton for the caddies. All of those things go into having players choose us as one of their stops in the summer on the PGA Tour.
When we look at the U.S. Open last week in L.A., right, and, there was a lot of talk about, course visibility for the people that are there. How many fans are in attendance? How many tickets did LACC pick up? And, hospitality tents versus, folks walking around in sort of like the juice and the energy. When you are watching the U.S. Open or other golf tournaments, are there certain things that you look at as almost like a film scout for another sport, right? If you're a football team, you got to scout the opponent to see what they have going on. Do you get the opportunity to travel around at all to see kind of what different venues and different events kind of look like, sound like, feel like, so that you guys can put together your best plan for how you want the Rocket Mortgage not only to be experienced in person for the fans and the players, but also be experienced for the television audience?
Well, we do. We call them site inspections, and we make a number of them and go out to Waste Management, Honda Classic are a couple that come to mind. We go to a number of the majors. I didn't go to LACC, but I go to all the ones before that. And, yeah, we definitely take notes about fan flow. And, the great thing about PGA Tour golf is, any ticket you buy is a front row seat. And we want to make sure that it's a great fan flow experience for everyone. We've got that here at Detroit Golf Club. When you think about what we've got in the front nine, we have a treehouse deck open to the public where you can see a shot from every hole in the front nine, with the exception of one hole. And so we kind of identify certain points on the golf course where we can get fans up close and personal or elevated to be able to have great views of golf and enjoy their experience. And we spend a lot of time in the fan zones, too. We've got our best fan zone this year. Area 313 Grove is going to be expanded. We've got tons of fun fan interactives. Rocket Mortgage is going to have a mini putt course out in the fan zone. Cobra Puma is going to be doing a big basketball activation. So one thing we've learned is we want to make this something, whether you're a fan of golf, a fan of Detroit, or just a fan of some good old summertime fun. That's what people want. They want to bring their families out. Yeah, they watch some golf, but they want to know they can get away from the rope line and have an amazing time too. We really focused on that this year, and we've got our free days of the public open this Sunday for the John Shippen. Then come out and watch the top black players compete for an exemption of the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Come back out Tuesday and Wednesday. The first 1,000 people get a pony bobblehead through the gates those days. Come out and watch our youth clinic, our Area 313 Celebrity Scramble on Tuesday night, our Pro-Am on Wednesday. And so it's all about the experience. We're creating an amazing experience, and it's all about summer fun, whether you're a fan of golf or a fan of Detroit.
Yeah, let's go to the youth clinic because I'm big on the junior golf, right? You got to get the kids out there, got to get clubs in their hand, you got to get them on the greens, you got to teach them how to take care of the greens, right? Fix your ball mark and then go fix all the other ones you see on the green. One, because it's really good labor. They'll go out there and they'll fix them with the best of them, right? Because it's an activity for them. But two, it teaches them the game, and that's important. Kids that can fall in love with the game of golf early become lifelong golfers and lifelong fans of golf. So what does that youth clinic have here at the Rocket Mortgage?
Well, it's really going to be great. The First Tee of Greater Detroit is sponsoring the youth clinic. We appreciate Todd Krieger and his team for stepping up. It's going to be from 2 to 3 on Tuesday. Fans can go and park at University of Detroit Mercy for free, take a bus to the front gate, walk right in for free, and enjoy our First Tee of Greater Detroit Youth Clinic. Morgan Hoffman, if you're familiar with his story, an incredible inspirational story from a player who's going to be there as our featured talent. Health and wellness is a big part of it. We're going to be talking about golf, on getting clubs in your hands and learning about the game, but also a big focus on health and wellness for youth as well. So that's going to be a primary message throughout that day, and then they can stick around and head over to our Area 313 Celebrity Scramble from 5 to 6:30. Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, Dylan Larkin, Chris Webber, Tom Izzo, The Miz from WWE is going to be there to play with the top players in our field in a 3-hole scramble and see if anyone can go 3-1-3 Eagle Ace Birdie and trigger a $313,000 award to help end our digital divide here. So it's a really, really fun day for free for fans to be able to come out and see some of our top talent and top celebrities in our field.
Now, the Rocket Mortgage Classic, Jason, is obviously, you mentioned the 313 right there, and giving back to the community. It's one of the great things about the PGA Tour and their stops across the country. Let's talk about that connectivity and the digital divide that existed in Detroit before this, and where we're at right now going into year number 5 of the RMC. And it's something that all involved, the tour players as well, but everybody involved that got this tournament, got professional golf back to the state of Michigan, what it has accomplished off the course in greater Detroit.
Yeah, no, we're really excited about our efforts in the digital divide here. As you mentioned, it's a collaborative partnership where we're trying to get Detroiters connected with access to high-speed internet, digital devices, digital training. That's the focus. When we started this effort, we were 40% digitally included as a city, lowest of all the major markets in the country. We sit here today at over 70% digitally included. Great progress. We've raised over almost $4 million towards that effort. We recently opened a new human IT retail store where youth can go and Detroiters can go and purchase technology, learn how to use that technology. Others can go and turn in technology and have it refurbished, all with the goal of a fully digitally included Detroit that we're on our way towards. Really excited about it. And to your message, it's been a really group effort. The City of Detroit, Rocket Mortgage, the United Way of Southeast Michigan have all leaned in to get us to this effort. But we're 70% isn't 100%. So we got a ways to go. And fans need to know when they come out here and buy a soda, a shirt, a high noon, whatever, all those proceeds are going to help end this digital divide and impact the outcome here in Detroit.
That's fantastic. His name is Jason Langwell, the director there at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Find him on Twitter at Jason Langwell. Jason, my friend, thank you so much for your time today, partner. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next week there at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Very much looking forward to it. And for all of our listeners, hop on rocketmortgageclassic.com for tickets and more information. That's rocketmortgageclassic.com. Thank you so much for your time, Jason.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
And I'm telling you what, if you didn't see some of the damage that had taken place because of the storms, wow, I just saw a video from Hank Winchester over the Local 4, one of the massive, what is that, an oak tree? Oh, my goodness. I mean, it just looked like it
That's
missed a portion of the pavilion or something.
That is right next to 10T, I can tell you. That's so, you can see where the tree is, and then he points it to where it fell. Beyond those grandstands, on the other side is 9 green, and then you walk past the grandstands to 10T.
Wow. So unforeseen. You don't even think about circumstances like that, and then all of a sudden, boom, your maintenance crew is out there trying to get things cleaned up and ready to go as quickly as possible for this week's entire week-long series of events that are taking place there at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. And of course, we encourage you to get out there and not only support the golf tournament itself, but if you have the opportunity to go up there, I know a couple friends that are making their way on Friday, I believe. They're headed up there to check it out and go see professional golf and see the drastic difference between the pros game and their game in real time, which is beautiful. Hey, step into a world of nonstop action in the DraftKings Casino. You can play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots. Plus, you can enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match on their first deposit and score up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. All you have to do is sign up, select the offer of your choice, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings Casino app right now. Sign up using the promo code HUGE, promo code HUGE, and get a match of your first deposit of $5 up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. Only at DraftKings Casino, only using the promo code HUGE. Now, if you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, wants help, needs help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117, 21 plus, Michigan only, one per opted-in customer, minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000. Deposit and bonus amount require 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/players choice. Restrictions do apply. Very excited about the Rocket Mortgage Classic this week, and it was great to get Jason on the horn with us last week, and then to be able to disperse that to a new audience this week. And yeah,
just a great field. I'm sorry, the opening odds just were released.
Ooh, what do you have over there?
We have Tony Finau and Colin Morikawa at plus 1,200 each. That's defending champ Tony Finau. Justin Thomas plus 1,400. Ricky Fowler and Max Homa both at plus 1,800. Sung Jae Im and Hideki Matsuyama plus 2,000. Dude, what a field. You got Tom Kim, Keegan Bradley, Harris English. It's going to be a great week out there.
Yeah, they really did a great job of, recruiting, some star power for this event. And it should be a lot of fun. If you ever have the chance to go watch professional golf in person, you are a golf enthusiast, whether it's the PGA or the LPGA, it is something to behold just how accurate and consistent. And what you want to do is play boring golf.
I don't know if you've seen the weather. 78, 79, and sunny. Count me in. That's
all we ask for.
That's perfect.
Give me 75 degrees and above. Give me sunshine, no rain. But they play boring golf, and that's what you want to do. You want to hit fairways. You want to hit greens. You want to two-putt and get out of there, right? And, there's no sense in hitting it into the trees. Explaining to my buddy Jonathan on punch shots, and he had asked me one time, how do you hit so many, how do you know how to hit this from underneath this tree? And so we were playing at the course I basically grew up on Friday, and he was in the trees all day. And he's like, God, I got to hit another punch shot. I said, remember that one time you asked me, how you do that? And, where did you figure that out? He's like, yeah. I said, right here. Doing this as a kid.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because you're not accurate as a kid. You can be.
You're not accurate as an adult.
Yeah, but no matter, unless you're really spraying it, you're not going to be, 100 yards right like you used to be.
Correct. Yeah. You're going to get yourself in that first line of trees that is 15 yards right of the rough. Or the tree lines that.
Yeah, you got to hit through 3 trees instead of 25.
Exactly. So you might have a shot here, and just kind of discussing the strategy of it. Do you want to go just straight out to your left here and get onto the fairway? Do you want to try to cut it in, hit this shot basically between these field goal posts, between these trees right here? What club do you have in your hand in order to hit that shot? That's it's pretty impressive. And look, guys went low at the Travelers, so I don't want to hear any hullabaloo about, if guys go low at the Rocket Mortgage. I mean, we had scores that were 20 under and better at the Travelers this week, so including, I believe, Keegan Bradley set the did he set the tournament record? Lowest score in that tournament, I believe.
I'm sure he did, because the PGA record is 27 under for a tournament.
Yeah, I think he had the low score for the Travelers. Speaking of low scores, golf season's officially here. Call my friend Matt Golden. Pick up the phone. Give him a dial at 1-800-972-4837, 1-800-972-4837, or visit TullyMooreGolf.com, located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan. It's only an hour north of Grand Rapids, 30 minutes west of Mount Pleasant. It's smack dab in the middle of the state. It's easy to get to no matter what direction you are coming from. Book your stay and play with our friend Matt Golden and Tullymore today. We'll step aside. We'll be back with Hour 3 next here on X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
In the Den with Dan Dickerson.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code HUGE for a special offer when you sign up. That's code HUGE, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The Tigers are about to get their 2 best players back from the injured list, and a lot of the credit goes to a new approach the organization is taking when a player gets hurt. When Riley Green and Eduardo Rodriguez went on the injured list on consecutive days, the prognosis for both was a little grim. But another opinion revealed that Green's injury was a stress reaction, not a stress fracture. Much better diagnosis. Erod's pulley injury was kind of uncharted territory. Others have been out months with that injury. Well, the Tigers take the view, let the player start his rehab and then reevaluate on a regular basis. Let his progress determine the pace of his rehab. Both Green and Rodriguez are going to be back soon, weeks instead of months, and that's a really big deal for this Tigers team.
Monster Truck Madness.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
It's a monster truck invasion.
Plus an awesome fireworks display after the show.
Gates open at 4.
With a huge pit party till 6:30.
Monster Truck Madness.
Tickets just $25 and are on sale now.
At the box office or retix.com. Call 877-2EAGLE-2.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Monster Truck Madness. Bring a lawn chair and hang out for the thrill on the hill.
bullying, lack of patience, cruelty to animals. Those are not good traits. They also happen to be critical warning signs of violence. June is Gun Violence Awareness Month, and the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police wants you to know that at-risk people often display warning signs before they resort to gun violence. Search online for 10 critical warning signs of violence and ask your local police department how you can safely make a difference.
Hey, this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, two things always when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue Light. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax on the patio after a long day, everywhere I go, and I'm serious when I tell you this, I tell people about the smooth, genuine taste of Labatt Blue Light. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to The Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text GOLF to 21,000 to enter. That's GOLF to 21,000. The trip includes 2 overnight stays and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue Light. So grab a Labatt Blue Light the next time you head out onto the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt is a registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
It's time for Michigan Sports Talk Morning Show, broadcasting live all across the state of Michigan and Northwest Ohio. This is X's and Bros.
Swings it out to Sadiq Bey. Gets Benny in the corner. To Abdul-Rahman at midcourt. Extra pass. And it goes for the win. The three-pointer by Jordan Poole. Here's the give. Walker. Kenny Walker. Touchdown. Smarty.
Goff's got it. Back. Looks. Throws. Ends up. Yes. Caught. Touchdown. Detroit Lions. They did it. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the receiving end.
Sends one to deep left center field. Back it goes, and that ball's out of here. A grand slam from Miguel Cabrera. He's got 2 goals. Larkin in on goal. Scores! His first career hat trick in his 7th season for Dylan Larkin.
Here's your host, Anthony Bellino.
Rise and shine, folks. Welcome back here. Hour number 3 on this Monday. It's the 26th day of June, 2023. We welcome you here to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Danny Cahalan, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Thank you for joining us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio and worldwide on the iHeartRadio app. We say good morning to you. We welcome you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And, of course, we encourage you. Join the program at any time. You can text the keyword sports radio, send that to 21,000 sports radio to 21000. Meyer Supercenter guest line 248-951-2176, 248-951-2176. We're on Twitter at XB Mornings, Facebook, X's and Bros, and of course, good morning to our television audience as well on BCSN and streaming live on our YouTube page at Michigan Sports Network. You can also, you can email us, fan feedback email inbox, xbmornings@gmail.com. You can hit us all up individually on Twitter as well. Danny Cahalan is at Dan in the studio. Ryan Elke is at RyanL_Key. And I'm Anthony Bellino at AEC Bellino. What's going on in the world of sports? We'll try to get you all caught up with all the happenings. We'll do so right now in the headlines.
Big news.
I have a little news flash.
Let's check the headlines.
No, it's real news for once.
The biggest stories in the local, regional, and national news.
This is huge news.
3-game series over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Minnesota Twins. The Tigers take the Saturday game, 1 out of 3 against the Twinkies. Not ideal. Losing 4-1 Friday, winning 3-2 Saturday, and then losing 6-3 yesterday in extra innings in the 10th. Poor Nick Maton, struggling mightily at the plate, struggling with the glove. He has been sent down to Toledo, trying to figure some things out. Of course, it would be Willie Castro yesterday helping out the Twins, the former Detroit Tiger, helping out the Twins to beat them. Even with the losses, the Tigers only 5.5 games back of the Twins for first place in the AL Central at 33-43, 10 games under 500. Minnesota leading the division at 40-39 through the weekend. Cleveland hanging out right there at 37-40 in between. So the Tigers got, 2.5 games to catch Cleveland and then 5.5 to catch Minnesota. So feeling pretty good. Only a half-game lead, however, over the Chicago White Sox, who won a couple in a row. So they're feeling pretty good. Congratulations, L.A. Dodgers star Freddie Freeman collecting his 2,000th hit. Good for him. Not too many people have been able to do that. And of the active players, Freeman, 33 years old, joins Miguel Cabrera, Joey Votto is where I was going. Nelson Cruz, Elvis Andrus, and Andrew McCutchen is the only active players that have accumulated at least 2,000 hits. He becomes the 8th player in a Dodgers uniform to accomplish that feat. Already told you about Nick Maton going to the minors. The assault charge against Raiders wide receiver Devontae Adams has been dropped. This stems from the Week 5 incident last year at Kansas City. You remember this? Where he was running off the field and shoved somebody. And, it was ESPN's Monday Night Football crew. He's a freelance photog. It was a 30-29 loss. He was running along, and he had whiplash, the photog, a headache, possible minor concussion from the incident. He is suing Adams, the Raiders, and the Chiefs, among others, over the incident. Civil case is pending. Criminal charges have been dropped. The NHL has decided to go ahead and ban warm-up jerseys. They're going to remove that. However, this does not affect the charitable nights that the organizations have. What they're doing is they're taking their players out of the crosshairs of some scrutiny that where, certain players, they don't have to believe in everything. And for quite frankly, neither do you. And it's not wrong or disrespectful or a shot at anybody. It's like, look, this is America. You have the freedom of choice to believe in whatever you would like to or not believe in whatever you would like to. And that's what you sign up for here. And, if for the NHL, the LGBTQIA plus community, I didn't know we added a couple letters there, but apparently we did because that's how it's headlined in the article. The NHL is going to ban the pregame jerseys. Don't worry about those. The warm-up jerseys are out. They'll still have their nights. Your charities will still get their donations. It removes any sort of big distraction, took the focus off what was going on, and then just became all about the players that didn't want to participate in certain things. I wouldn't look, if you had a Russian-born player and we were doing military night and they gave you a camo jersey with an American flag patch on it, and I'm a Russian-born player, I shouldn't have to wear that. And I have no problem if he doesn't want to wear that. That doesn't bother me if he doesn't want to wear that, because that's what you sign up for when you want to be here. You have the ability to disagree. I know that you have the option to disagree. I don't know how many of us still have the ability to disagree on stuff, but you do have that option here. The Hurricanes have agreed to a 4-year deal with their captain, Jordan Staal, so congratulations to him. 4-year contract, $11.6 million. Total. Not per year, total. The Sharks have hired Patrick Marleau as their player development coach and an advisor, so congratulations to the franchise great. He'll be working with the AHL San Jose Barracuda while also serving as an advisor to the general manager, Mike Greer, there in San Jose. So that's pretty cool. Victor Wembanyama, dining with the San Antonio Legends, said he feels comfortable in San Antonio. The picture that came out, if you haven't seen it, go to Wemby's Twitter page. Manu, Tim Duncan, David Robinson. I mean, what a crew. And the fact that Wemby is so much taller than everybody is unreal. Like, he is standing next to David Robinson. I get it. David Robinson's getting older. You get older, you shrink a little bit. I understand. But, I mean, Manu's like 6'6". Poor Manu looks like he's like 5'8" in that picture. Unreal. Spurs and Hornets are scheduled day one for the Summer League in Las Vegas. So Victor Wembanyama, Brandon Miller, head-to-head, potentially. We don't know. There was a rumor that Wemby wasn't going to participate in the Summer League. I can't imagine why he wouldn't. Get out there, run around a little bit, mingle with some teammates. You don't have to play that much. Obviously, you're just going to play a few minutes, just to get some reps in and be done, because we all, most people are under the assumption of what you're going to bring to the table. So there's no sense in going out there and getting injured or anything like that. But you go out there, you run around a little bit. People in Vegas will be happy to see you, and we can kind of see what all the hype has been about from across the Atlantic Ocean. And the Boston Celtics president of basketball operations, Brad Stevens, said the 3-team trade that took Kristaps Porzingis to the Celtics, sent Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies, was about balancing out the team's roster. I said to start the summer, I thought that we needed to balance our roster, make sure we looked at the best ways to do that. That meant we were going to likely lose a really, really good player. Well, that's nice. Celtics got a haul here. I still think that the Wizards got robbed, but that's just me. And have you watched any of the College World Series? Dan, Ryan, have you guys partaken in LSU Florida at all?
I haven't watched LSU Florida. I've been watching a little bit. Watched a little bit last week.
Okay. So Florida beats LSU in Game 2. It's best of 3 game series. Game 2, 24-4. 24-4 in college baseball. Like, run rule, man. 5th inning. It's over. This happened in the Rockies game, too, over the weekend. Who were they playing that had 20 runs on
the Angels beat them 24-something. The Angels ended up outscoring the Rockies like 32-14 in that series, but the Rockies won 2 out of 3 games.
It's crazy.
But then Mike Moustakas, after the loss, he got traded to the Angels. He didn't want to be on the Rockies anymore.
He's like, I'm gonna go to the clubhouse over there, and we could just be done here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Game 3 of the College World Series tonight, LSU and Florida. It's an SEC thing, right? That's what they say. Just means more. And here you go. 2 SEC teams going head-to-head for the crown later on this evening over on ESPN. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more X's and Bros after this here on the Michigan Sports Network.
We might have just come out with our most refreshing Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer yet. It's called the Essential Collection. It's made with coconut water and real fruit juice, so it's always going to have a real refreshing fruit taste. Can refreshing get any more refreshing? Yep, it can, and it just did. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, made with coconut water and real fruit juice for a superior taste. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Monster Truck Madness 9.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
It's a monster truck invasion.
Plus an awesome fireworks display after the show.
Gates open at 4.
With a huge pit party till 6:30.
Monster Truck Madness 9.
Tickets just $25 and are on sale now.
At the box office or etix.com. Call 877-2EAGLE-2.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Monster Truck Madness 9. Bring a lawn chair and hang out for the thrill on the hill.
Huge here for the Michigan High School Athletic Association. You can stay up to date on the latest from Lansing 24/7 at MHSAA.com, at MHSAA on Twitter, and MHSAA on Facebook. The latest news, press releases, and stories connected to every high school in the state of Michigan, available for you 24/7 from the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Log on to MHSAA.com, at MHSAA on Twitter, and MHSAA on Facebook. And if you're looking for archive boys and girls high school sports, MHSAA.TV. That's MHSAA.TV. 24/7, everything you need to know about high school sports in Michigan. Log on to MHSAA.com.
This is X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network. Danny Galen, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Thank you for joining us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening. Not sure if you are aware of this taking place, but yes, this weekend, or this week I should say, not this weekend, this Wednesday, June 28th and 29th at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee, the home of the Nashville Predators. Round 1 of the 2023 NHL Draft, broadcasted on ESPN beginning at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Rounds 2 through 7 will be on NHL Network beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. It is Chicago at number 1 and Detroit Red Wings at number 9. Now, we'll obviously, as we get closer to it, we'll get more in-depth into who that potential selection might be, but the Red Wings find themselves, there's been a lot of movement thus far in the National Hockey League as far as trades and what might take place, and I'm very, very interested to see what Steve Yzerman will do this offseason, because I don't know if just standing pat with the draft picks, if that will work, not just for the team, but if that will work for the fan base. You know, I know that we do have one listener who believes that Steve Yzerman hasn't done anything as a general manager, despite all of the evidence and all of the roster construction that he did at his previous stop to build a championship contender. Right, that is important. There is at least a resume. You're not hiring a first-time guy, and I do know that for people like me, I will never be able to separate Steve Yzerman, the GM, from Steve Yzerman, childhood hero. He's still the same person to me. He just looks a little bit older, and instead of wearing the sweater, he wears a sport coat to work. Like that's what it is. And I really want it to work out. I really do. With a coaching change, the hiring of Derek Lalonde, what happened that fateful weekend in Ottawa against the Senators that led to the implosion of the roster and just, wheeling and dealing. How much longer will it take for the Red Wings to get back in contention? Because we know in hockey, very, very different than other sports, different than basketball. Like the Pistons getting an 8 seed doesn't really do much. Like they'd probably get knocked out pretty quickly in the first round. We've actually seen that before. Blake Griffin, the last time the Pistons were in the playoffs, just got absolutely manhandled, and you could tell like the gap there between the two teams was it was immense, and that was it for Blake Griffin's knee as well. But in hockey, it's different. You just got to be able to get in. How close are the Detroit Red Wings? At times last year, you think to yourself, like, holy mackerel. But at the end of the day, like, they're still, 35 and 47. 35, 37, and 10 is 35 and 47. Like, you're well under 500 at this point. You're the second worst team in your division. The only team you were better than was Montreal by 4 wins. Like, how do you finish the season with a worse record than Ottawa? That's what was really shocking. And this was a tough division. Now, obviously, Boston's going through their changes after their, President's Trophy and historic season that they had last year. So they'll look much different. What will Toronto look like next year? Of course, you have Tampa. Like, this is a really good division. And, oh, by the way, the Florida Panthers proved that they are kind of good too. And so if you're the Detroit Red Wings, Boston, Toronto, Tampa, Florida, all in your division. Like, that's a little bit of a rough go. A little bit of a rough go. Panthers were just in the Stanley Cup. Tampa Bay's been there multiple times. Toronto trying to shake that dust off a little bit and maybe become the first Canadian team to win a Stanley Cup in God knows how many years. And then Boston basically just failed in this postseason run. There's no the other way to put it. Like, they just melted down with a series lead to the eventual team that would represent the Eastern Conference in the Stanley Cup Finals. But this division is not like these guys aren't. Sure, there might be a little bit of change, and maybe a lot of bit of change in Boston's, in their conversation. But it doesn't look like it's going to get any easier anytime soon. I don't know about you guys, but
Are we going to hear though? Like, I've said it a million times. What kind of owner are we getting this week? Because you got to start spending some money if you want your teams to be good. You can't just, trade for a bunch of fourth liners again and expect your team to be a playoff team. You have to. You traded away Tyler Bertuzzi. You need a new Tyler Bertuzzi for Dylan Larkin, or Dylan Larkin is going to not be Dylan Larkin anymore. Who is going to be that guy? Is it going to be somebody that you just draft, or one of these prospects that's just going to come in and score 30 goals a year? I don't see that happening. I haven't heard a word about a trade, about anything. We're 2 days away from the draft.
Well, the DeBrincat rumors are picking up a little bit. Like I think there's a little bit of steam there. That one might be, if they can get a guy like Alex DeBrincat who's played, 450 games. He wanted out of Ottawa. He does have a $9 million qualifying offer, if that's what they want to do as a restricted free agent. So maybe there's something there. 66 points last season with the Sens, The rumor is DeBrincat will only sign a contract extension for two teams, with one being the Red Wings, the other being the Dallas Stars. That would be nice. That would be, Alex DeBrincat that'd be a nice addition there. And one that maybe we didn't foresee coming until, boom, here are the rumors. Boom, there he is. Like, okay, now he's on the team. Like, they need, of all the times on this program where we talk, the word star power has come up, or word star power, when it comes to big name players, when it comes to this town needs a star. The Red Wings need that guy. I think the Lions have him. I think they have a superstar in the making in Aiden Hutchinson. And I think they have a couple of other really star quality guys like an Amon-Ra St. Brown that could really, that are going to change that franchise. Where is the star for the Detroit Tigers? Well, he's injured right now, but I think that most of us will agree that star is Riley Green. Who is the star of this Red Wings team? We've had some guys that we thought would be really good. We hoped that they would be really good. Our captain played very, very well. Dylan Larkin did. Is he a number one center, across the league? Or is he in that second tier? Who can they add that can be a star? Will it come via the draft? Can you expect the ninth overall selection? Can you expect to see him next year? We've got a lot to learn in a very short time. But man, I really hope that if these Alex DeBrincat rumors can even pick up a little bit more steam, I hope that that's a guy that this team can get. And I'm really not worried about the money either. Like, I don't think that, a $9 million qualifying offer, it shouldn't be viewed as like breaking the bank. I know it's much different in hockey because the salary cap is substantially lower, and $9 million is about, double that, right? Because your number, the salary cap in the NFL is what, $182 million? And your salary cap in the NHL is right around 90. So, it's about double. About double, like $9 million equates to maybe 18 to 20 in NFL terms. So it's a hefty financial commitment. But if he's 26 years old in December, then will turn 26 in December, you might have the opportunity to have somebody for 5 or 6 years that can take you into his his early 30s and play some really good hockey for you. So NHL Draft coming up this Wednesday. We'll have more on that obviously throughout the week. We'll step aside, back with more X's and Bros after this here on the Michigan Sports Network.
There are 13 folds that bring the American flag to the iconic shape of freedom. This summer, Folds of Honor and Budweiser celebrate 13 years of changing military and first responder lives together. Service never stops, and neither will we. So join me in raising a Budweiser to raise funds for Folds of Honor.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Shop for July 4th with just one stop at Meijer. Right now, buy one, get one free 80% lean ground beef. And Kingsford Twin Pack Charcoal Briquettes for $16.88 with M-Perks. Plus, get 50% off the entire stock of swimwear for the family. Buy 5, save $5 on Pepperidge Farm buns, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up, or Dr. Pepper products, plus deposit where applicable. And Lay's potato chips. Get more for your money with the same prices online and in-store at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Have you ever played golf at Tullymore, St. Ives? Have you experienced a stay-and-play package in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of Grand Rapids? Well, here's what you need to do if you want to take advantage of great deals right now. Go to TullymoreGolf.com. That's TullymoreGolf.com, and you'll see the link for packages, accommodations, dining, meetings, weddings, events, and so much more, and especially golf on the 18-hole layout at Tullymore and the 18 holes at St. Ives. And they can accommodate any group, whether it's 2 people getting together or 200 looking for a weekend or an overnight celebration. That includes a little business, golf, great food, and beverages. Just go to TullymoreGolf.com. That's TullymoreGolf.com. They're located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of GR. Get more info at TullymoreGolf.com.
You're listening to Michigan's statewide morning show, X's and Bros, right here on the Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network. Great to have you riding along with us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio as well, from Traverse City down to the Glass City, GR to the Motor City. We say good morning to you. We welcome you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And, of course, we encourage you to join the program at any time. Text the keyword Sports Radio. Send that to 21,000, Sports Radio to 21000. Or give us a call on the Meyer Supercenter guest line, 248-951-2176, 248-951-2176. Okay, we have a free agency deal that was done. And a congratulations to Antoine Davis, post-draft. To the Blazers, he goes. Okay, all right, interesting.
I thought you were talking about Naz Reid. Who?
Naz Reid?
You heard of him?
No.
Signed a $42 million deal with the Timberwolves.
Oh, I did see that.
Who?
Nasir?
$42 million, people.
3 years.
Is there a contract even for that much money in the NHL? Like,
on average annual value? 3 years.
I mean, there's definitely not anybody that's making that much.
$14 million a season? Is that right? Is my math good there? $42 million?
Yes.
Yeah. No, the most in the NHL, I think, is what? What's the highest contract in the NHL?
Like $8 or $9 million a year?
No, there's a couple guys who are double digits. I was going to say like maybe 11 or 12. I'll look because I think that out of the list, like the top 25, like Connor McDavid, got a fat contract.
Ovechkin makes $9.5 million a year.
Yeah, McDavid makes 12 and a half.
He signed the longest, though. Well, holy cow. Oh, Shea Weber signed a 14-year contract. That's nuts.
Yes, you have Panarin makes 11. Connor McDavid makes 12 and a half. Austin Matthews makes 11.6. Carlson makes 11 and a half. So there's a pretty good. Patrick Kane's average annual salary is 10 and a half. Taves was 10 and a half. So it's not necessarily unheard of, but it's only a handful of players that make double digits in the NHL, and then you have these NBA deals that are just outrageous. But that's what you do with that. This is the product of. It's not a product of what sport is more difficult to play. It's a product of a smaller roster size with more revenue coming into your league. That's what it is, and that's all it comes down to. The NBA, NHL is still very much niche sport. It's one of the four majors here in America, but at the end of the day, like most people just aren't like casual hockey fans. You know what I mean? Like it's weird to find. Like you feel, I don't know, your corporate outings.
There were the fans. I don't know, how long it's going to take for the ESPN thing and the TNT. I think those are both pretty good broadcasts.
I would agree.
But when we were kids,
Fox.
It felt like there were casual fans because it was so widely broadcasted. Now it's coming back to that, but it's going to take a while, don't you think?
Yeah, and the more that it's out in front and center, the better, right? And so even though some people don't like the ESPN, traditional hockey people are like, ESPN turned their back on us. We don't want to go back there. You have to be on ESPN if you are the NHL. You have to, because you have to have your NHL draft is going to be shown Wednesday, 7:00 on Big ESPN. Like that right there is important. It was never going to work on Versus or Peacock Plus or whatever nonsense. Like, no, you needed to have that. You needed to have your highlights shown on SportsCenter. Exposure matters, and for the more individuals you can get, eyeballs on screen, the better your product is going to be. The more money that you can earn. The contracts from TNT and ESPN are very, very nice and very lucrative, comparatively speaking to what they were getting from NBC. But it's still not NBA money, and that's okay, because it's just going to take some time. But I was going to say congratulations, how we all got started here, was Detroit Mercy graduate Antoine Davis, who was not selected in the NBA draft, but did sign a free agent contract with the Blazers on Friday. So we didn't, this all happened after we were off the air. But he'll be in the Vegas Summer League. And, I like the article from the Detroit News. Davis concluded one of the greatest college careers in NCAA history this past season with 3 NCAA records and a run at the career scoring mark. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's fine. I think he's on an Exhibit 10 deal. And for him, like this is the way it's going to happen. Like he's going to have to, for all the folks in this group chat that just want to talk about this craziness, it's like, dude, you got to understand where you're playing at. You weren't, going after the scoring mark at Duke. The levels of competition are different, and I'm not trying to knock it. You can fill it up, but your shot selection, your shot volume matters, your playing time matters, all of these things. Your coach matters. All of these things matter when it comes to high production volume of players. And an Exhibit 10 contract, for those that don't know, is a 1-year minimum salary that allows a franchise to convert that contract into a 2-way deal if that change is made before the start of the regular season. So you're here. We'll see if he can get it. If he can crack that Exhibit 10 and go in, get into a 2-way deal and maybe crack a lineup, I think that would be fantastic. Good for him. Imani Bates was also selected late in the draft at 49 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so with this Imani story, I hope that it works out for him. I want you to hear me loud and clear here. I hope that Imani Bates does well for himself. I don't think Cleveland's far enough away, but it is a start.
This is very Manny Harris, Corperiel Harris, as he was known-esque. Left Michigan early, drafted by the Cavs. Burnt out after a couple of years. Hopefully it's not the same story for Imani, but that's exactly what happened to Manny Harris.
And what's interesting about Imani Bates is this. If he commits to everything else that basketball is about, we know he can shoot it. We know that. It's never been a question of can he shoot it or not. But will he commit to every other aspect of the game? Rebounding, defense,
There's a difference between being able to shoot it, and being able to chuck it up from anywhere on the floor. I mean, just because he can hit the rim from 40 feet, I mean, he's still shooting. What did he shoot from 3 this year, Anthony? Probably 30%? Not even?
Probably a little bit higher, I would imagine. I'll look it up real quick because, I mean, his shot selection was god-awful at times. I watched him when he scored that 31 unanswered at Toledo. I watched him literally, dominate the game, which was great, with some of the most god-awful shots I've ever seen. They just were not – they were not team shots. They were me shots.
Bates
I want to score.
33% three-point shooter both years in college.
So we'll see. He's listed at 6'10", 170. I remember when I was 170. But I just wanted to be very clear because, with
and
Imani,
only 40, not even 41% field goal shooting. That's not good. That's poor. Luke Kennard shot 46% from 3 this year.
Luke Kennard's a professional shooter. It's just so much more to the game than that. There's just so much more to the game than just shooting the basketball. And if he can commit to that, he might be able to stick.
I'm going to say Bates will find out quickly. It's everyone can shoot.
In that league, yeah. Most guys can.
How many times do you see a guy break out for a week? Who is it for the Nets this year? Is it Cam Thomas? Had 3 straight 40-point games. Then you didn't hear from him the rest of the season because that's how every guy is.
And he's going to get that $42 million contract.
He's going to get that Timothy Mozgov 4-year, $80 million deal.
Who'd the Heat sign? Tyler Johnson or somebody?
Tyler Johnson.
4 years and
that
40
one
plus.
summer where everyone got paid.
Terrible. Just terrible. Golf season's here. Matt Golden and his team are ready to welcome you to one of the best golfing experiences in the great state of Michigan. Tullymore Golf Resort in Canadian Lakes offers not one but two championship courses. Tullymore and St. Ives, located about an hour north of Grand Rapids, 30 minutes west of Mount Pleasant, so it's easy to get to no matter what direction you're driving from. Tullymore not only features top-of-line golf, but also top-of-line accommodations and the perfect space for a wedding event, reception, or group outing. So visit tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com, or call 1-800-972-4837. 1-800-972-4837. Book your stay and play at Tullymore today. So with Davis and Bates, the two big, two kind of big name off the radar, like the big name guys be like Jet and Kobe, right? And then you have like guys that we know, like Joey Hauser, Amani Bates, Antoine Davis. These are more stories that are more like hyper local to people in our state and in our region, but aren't necessarily moving the needle for.
Well, and Hunter Dickinson would have been one had he chosen to go to the draft, but he chose to transfer. So
I don't think so.
I'm not saying that he would have been he would have been drafted. I would.
I don't think so. Think about it like this: you have the 2023 one of the most outstanding players in UConn's Sonogo, the big dude. Oscar Tshiebwe from Kentucky, the National Player of the Year in 2022. And Drew Timme, a first-team All-American. Like Jim Weber had a tweet that said, no country for college big men. All three of those guys undrafted. All three of them.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah, Drew Timme.
Timme, okay.
Yeah.
Tshiebwe?
Yeah, that's true. He should have been drafted.
And that's what I really like when it comes to Hunter. It's like, that's why he's got to stay in school, because his long range game's got to get better. His elevation, I don't think that he's going to be able to drastically improve his vertical, but he's going to have to be, a little bit more athletic that down low, and his foot speed. He's going to get out there and get cooked. Hunter Dickinson had problems with Kofi Coburn. What's going to happen when Kofi Coburn is Nikola Jokic? What's going to happen when it's Karl Anthony Towns? If it's Rudy Gobert? If it's Anthony Davis? There are some Jalen Duren head-to-head. It's a different ball game, man. Different ball game. I just thought that was pretty interesting that you had these three college bigs that were all very good in their own right, and none of them got drafted. But instead, we're taking kids out of the overtime elite league. Two of them, top 5. That's not what I said, but spread your negativity to your posse. I've been saying he needs to be judged here because nothing has been done, and he never won a title in Tampa Bay. Facts. Ken Holland won 4 cups and got broomed out of town, but you won't judge him because he was a great player, is all I said. Go ahead and spin it your way.
Okay, Freddie, you can spin it your way too. Ken Holland got swept out of town because he was terrible at his job the last 5 years of his job. Absolutely awful.
And part of that was
maybe longer than 5 years.
There were some god-awful contracts on that team that were, just way too much. They were trying to keep the streak alive. I get it. I wish it never would have ended. But the thought and the theory was that if we tear it down, we'll be able to rebuild, because right now we're kind of hamstrung just trying to make the playoffs.
Right, when they really should have been, the last 6 or 7 years of the streak should have been doing kind of what the Dallas Stars do every couple years. Yeah, we have a down year, then we have a good year, then we have 2 really good years, and then we have a down year. Instead, we've just been down for 10 years.
Look at all the big-name coaches he never hired over the past 3 years who went elsewhere and won, about 5 to 6 of them. Exactly. Quote, coach matters. And really, I'm not trying to spin anything to some mythological posse. Everybody who agrees with me doesn't automatically make them a member of my posse. We are not going on a stagecoach robbery. It's not about that. It's okay to have a differing opinion. But when you leave an organization and all the guys that you brought together go win a cup, I don't know how you could say that you did not play a role in that. The fact that it was like, okay, his dream job for his alma mater became available, and he went and took the job. Did Tampa Bay send him a ring?
I do not know.
I'd be interested. That's his team. Like, how in the world, anytime the Tigers have one positive inning, it's like, these are all Avila's guys. We want to praise Al Avila. Anytime they do anything positive. All I'm trying to do is apply somewhat similar logic to Steve Yzerman in Tampa Bay. And it's like, he didn't do anything. It's like, well, if that's the case, then neither did Al Avila. All I ever hear about is Avila's guys, Avila's guys, Avila's guys. Steve Yzerman's guys went and won a championship. They went and won a championship because he had the opportunity of a lifetime to come to Detroit. Like, that's not, it's a storybook. We just hope that the ending is good and that we don't turn into a bunch of pumpkins. That would be bad. Hey, folks, don't forget nonstop action over at the DraftKings Casino. You can play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots, plus enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match of their first deposit and score up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. All you have to do is select the offer of your choice. Start playing from a full suite of games. Play on your time, in your space, with your limits, however you'd like. Just download the DraftKings Casino app right now. Sign up using the promo code HUGE. Get a match of your first deposit of $5 or more, up to $2,000 in your hand in casino bonus funds, only at DraftKings Casino, only using the promo code HUGE. Now, if you or somebody you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117, 21 plus, Michigan only, one per opted-in customer, minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000. Deposit and bonus amount required 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/players choice. Restrictions do apply. Dan Orlovsky's ranking the NFC North. Lions 1, Green Bay 2, Minnesota 3, Chicago 4. That's all I'm saying on that topic, and Scott brought it up earlier in the show. Pro Football Focus had some rankings out. Well, yada, yada, yada. Everybody is speaking so positively. Across the national media darlings, the surprise pick, everyone's in. I love the Lions hype train right now. But it's okay if someone wants to disagree with that. I don't think there's any reason to pick up your computer and throw it. I don't think there's any reason to have an argument. I think that it keeps things a little level. We can be excited. We can have expectations. But, it's an emotional game. You win a couple hands in a row. You start stacking those chips. You start feeling real good, a little overconfident. Let's just, keep a level head. Not too high on the highs, not too low on the lows. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Here on X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Shop for July 4th with just one stop at Meijer. Right now, buy one, get one free 80% lean ground beef. And Kingsford Twin Pack Charcoal Briquettes for $16.88 with M-Perks. Plus, get 50% off the entire stock of swimwear for the family. Buy 5, save $5 on Pepperidge Farm buns, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up, or Dr. Pepper products, plus deposit where applicable. And Lay's potato chips. Get more for your money with the same prices online and in-store at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Imagine this. Winning big at Soaring Eagle. Roll on Fridays to win a share of over $8,000 in premium play. Each week in June from 7 to 11 p.m., 3 lucky players every hour roll the dice for prizes. The rolling champion each night wins $1,000 premium play. Roll on Fridays, only at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Your getaway reimagined. Visit SoaringEagleCasino.com for complete rules and details.
Have you ever played golf at Tullymore, St. Ives? Have you experienced a stay-and-play package in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of Grand Rapids? Well, here's what you need to do if you want to take advantage of great deals right now. Go to TullymoreGolf.com. That's TullymoreGolf.com, and you'll see the link for packages, accommodations, dining, meetings, weddings, events, and so much more, and especially golf on the 18-hole layout at Tullymore and the 18 holes at St. Ives. And they can accommodate any group, whether it's 2 people getting together or 200 looking for a weekend or an overnight celebration. That includes a little business, golf, great food, and beverages. Just go to TullymoreGolf.com. That's TullymoreGolf.com. They're located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of GR. Get more info at Tullymore.